What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to give you my top 10 Android devices of 2023. Now, this is not going to be your typical top 10 like other creators because they all going to have the latest and the greatest. I don't have anything as far as the latest and the greatest. All of my Android phones are from previous, like last year or beyond that. But these are my top favorite Android devices. Now, I'm not really a latest to greatest type of person, honestly, because I don't know. Phones, smartphones in general, they're not very innovative anymore. So it's like there's no need for me to something that comes out, I got to jump on it immediately. I just don't. They just don't do that for me anymore, honestly. So I'm more so into my older flagship phones that I have because they give me what I need in a smartphone for the most part. Like a lot of these other devices, newer devices now are missing a lot of things that I get from older flagship phones. So these are my top 10. Most people are holding on to their phones a lot longer now than they used to, and I don't blame them because there's really no reason to upgrade for the most part, honestly. There's really no need. So let me give you my top 10. Now, first, I do have 4 honorable mentions before I get to the top 10. So I'll give you those. I'm going to try my best to make this really, really quick. I'm not going to get into all the specs about these devices. I'm just going to tell you what I love about them real quick. All right. So the first one up from the honorable mentions is the OnePlus 7T Pro. Excuse me. I absolutely love this device. It has excellent biometrics, face unlock, and display fingerprint sensor. Now, it's weird because the fingerprint sensor on this device is actually better than the one on the 8 Pro. Now, I'm not putting it right. I have, less problems with this one than I do with the 8 Pro. I don't know why the 8 Pro is not as accurate as this one, honestly, but this one is better. And of course, you got the pop-up selfie right there, which I like, which they don't do that anymore, which is unfortunate, but this is still has the pop-up selfie. I like that. This phone has no bezels, and it has a whole, you get the complete display. There's no camera cutouts, no notches, no nothing. And the thing I like about this better than the OnePlus 8 Pro, it's a little wider. I'm not a big fan of narrow phones, honestly, and I like the width of this device. It is a little thin, when you take the case off, the case gives it a little thickness. But let me just say this real quick. Great biometrics, excellent performance. This phone still performs extremely well. It's very, very smooth. Not having any problems with this phone at all. Zero issues. I love this device. The battery life is insane. Let me just let you see something real quick. Look at that. Usage last time full 2 days and 5 hours. Screen on time only an hour 34 minutes. But look at that, 49%. 2 days and 5 hours. Look, OnePlus, they make their phones to last. I'm sorry, they just do. This phone is old. This phone is at least I think 3 or 4 years old, because the OnePlus 12 is getting ready to come out. This is the OnePlus 7T Pro. So this phone is old, and the battery life is still phenomenal. The standby time, phenomenal. Now, this one doesn't have the best cameras. The cameras on here are just okay. They're just okay. But when it comes to just the display, the speakers, the performance, the biometrics, the charging speed, the pop-up selfie, look, this is still a great device, and I love it. The OnePlus 7T Pro. My honorable mention. Next up, honorable mention. We got the Samsung 10 Plus. Note 10 Plus, sorry. The Samsung Note 10 Plus. Now, this is still, of course, a great device. You got great biometrics. I can't say great. I'll say very good face unlock. You got your in-display fingerprint sensor. You got the always-on display. Now, the OnePlus 17 Pro, no always on display, which is unfortunate. But you got this beautiful 6.8-inch, beautiful dynamic AMOLED display, Quad HD. Really good cameras on here, really good performance. Of course, all the bells and whistles that you get with One UI. So this is still a great device. My biggest issue with this device was having the power button on the left side. I just thought that was really stupid of Samsung to do that. But that was my biggest issue with this phone. Of course, you got the S Pen on the side it should be on. Unlike the newer ones that's on the left, I like it on the right because I'm right-handed. Expandable storage, 45-watt super fast charging, which they had on this, and they took it off the Note 20 Ultra, which made no sense to me. So you still got that 45-watt charging, expandable storage. This is still a great device, honestly. You know, it's not in my rotation anymore, but I still love this phone, especially for that the fast charging speeds and that expandable storage up to 1 terabyte. That matters. I love that. So this is another honorable mention, the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Cut this bad boy off. All right. Next up, the original. Well, not the original, but here we go. The Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Now, to a lot of people, this is their favorite Note. Why? Because this Note had everything. You got the physical fingerprint sensor in the back, which a lot of people like. They like the fact that you got the iris sensor, which I still love that to this day. LED notification, heart rate monitor, right back here. Love that. Of course, S Pen, Bluetooth S Pen. This is the first device with the Bluetooth S Pen was introduced. Beautiful display, dual stereo speakers, wireless charging. This phone really gave you everything, the full package of what a flagship phone should give you. Also, headphone jack. Last Note device to have a headphone jack, and that shouldn't have been. Expandable storage. I mean, I still love this device. That's why I'll never get rid of it. I got 500 gigs of storage, internal storage plus the SD card. So this is a classic. Never getting rid of this. Going to keep this forever until it stops working. Same with the Note 10 Plus and my OnePlus 17 Pro. All the phones you're going to see today, I'm not selling them. I'm not giving them away. I'm keeping them. All of them. All right. So Samsung Galaxy Note 9, in a lot of people's eyes, is the best Note Samsung ever made. And last on when it comes to the honorable mentions is the Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro. Beautiful device, excellent biometrics. I hadn't turned it on in a minute. All right. Hadn't turned it on in a minute, so love this device still. Great biometrics. You got an always on display. Now, did you see that? Now, this is the best animation for a fingerprint sensor I have on any of my phones. Look how animated that is. Look how big it is. It's not even like that on the Mi 11 Ultra. Like, I don't know why they took it down a notch with the Mi 11 Ultra. I just love how big that is. I mean, I just love that. And the face unlock is excellent. You got a great display here. Great battery life on this. Still can get a day and a half. The build quality is excellent. The cameras are great. Performance is great. The speakers are ridiculously loud and superior quality. You get equal distribution of sound from the top and the bottom. Is not a speaker in the earpiece. This device is excellent. Excellent button placement, IR blasters, second space. It doesn't, I'm not sure if it has super wallpapers in it. I don't remember because I haven't used it in a minute. But, 90 hertz refresh rate. It's a 1080p display, not quite HD, but it's still beautiful. Gets nice and bright. It has wireless charging. Love that. I mean, the charging on here is super fast. Love this device, the Mi 10 Pro. This was my first Xiaomi device. The very first Xiaomi device that I ever bought was this, and then I got the Mi 11 Ultra after that. So my honorable mentions are, again, the OnePlus 7T Pro, the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus, Samsung Galaxy Note 9, and the Mi 10 Pro. Now, let's get on to the top 10. All right, I'm going to start at number 10. Coming in at number 10 is a phone that I love, the LG Wing. Excellent build. I mean, this phone looks premium, and it definitely feels premium. You got your always on display. You got your fingerprint sensor right here. No face unlock, unfortunately, but it has a beautiful display. But with this phone, it's all about this action right here. This is what this phone is all about. This is what makes this phone so unique. These dual display. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's excellent. I'm telling you, there's so many things you can do, so many options you could do with this device. Like you can control this by this device down here just by hitting a button. You take this right here and you use that as a trackpad, and you can open up and control whatever you need to from the screen down here. Like, this phone is amazing. I love it. The build on it is just excellent. It has Android 13 now, and it feels so premium and so comfortable. You're not going to want to use a case on it, but I suggest you do, just so you don't break it. Has very good speakers. I mean, not speakers. Has very good cameras. The one downfiring speaker is the problem I have with this the most. Is, no headphone jack and just one downfiring speaker. But I will say this, for the one downfiring speaker, it does sound really good and it's pretty loud. Okay, but I just hate that they didn't put dual stereo speakers on this. You do get expandable storage up to 2 terabytes, which is, nobody's going to give you that much terabytes anymore except for LG. They're the only ones, and they was doing this 10 years ago. 2 terabytes expandable storage you can put in here. This is an excellent device. I still love it. Very unique. This is a head turner. Anytime you go out and you do this out in public, people are going to want to know what kind of phone this is. And I have not seen not one person with this device. So if you want to stand out and you want to be unique, you may want to check out the LG Wing. I love this device. That's number 9. Coming in at number 8, the LG V60. Excellent device, great cameras, great performance, great display. No face unlock, unfortunately. You do have to deal with this little notch, which I hate, and thicker bezels around the side, but it doesn't take away the beautiful display. This display is absolutely beautiful. Not Quad HD, 1080p, but it's still beautiful nonetheless. Excellent performance. The battery life on here is still great. I can get a day and a half. The speakers on here are nuts. I mean, they're so awesome. I mean, they're so loud. Dual stereo speakers. Crazy loud. I love them. The quality is excellent. You're getting, let me see. The charging's kind of slow, but you can use a dual display on here. I do have that. You can do that. This also has pen support and also a DeX-like feature, even though I've never used it, but it does have the capability of it. I like this, expandable storage up to 2 terabytes. You got a headphone jack down here, which I love, accompanied by a 32-bit hi-fi quad DAC, which is amazing. Still love this device. Seriously, it's great. I just hate this notch and the thicker bezels around the side and no face unlock. Those are my biggest issues with this device. The notch, the thicker bezels, and no face unlock. Other than that, this is a great device, and I definitely recommend this device to this day. Even though it's not getting any more Android updates, I still recommend this, and you're going to get it for a dirt cheap price. The LG V60. It's coming in at number 8. No, this is 10. This is number 9. Sorry about that, y'all. All right, now coming in at number 8, the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. Okay, this was Samsung's first Ultra device, and it was all about the cameras. Of course, 100 times zoom, and this camera's supposed to just be off the chain. The cameras are great, but there was a problem with focus, even though it's much better now. But focusing, autofocus was a major problem. Of course, you have all your typical Samsung stuff like always on display, face unlock, ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, all your typical Samsung stuff on here. I like this device because it was so big, 6.9 inches, Quad HD display. You got 120 hertz refresh rate, even though you couldn't use it in Quad HD, but you still had it on here if you wanted to use it. 5,000 milliamp hour battery, expandable storage. This was just a beast of a device, just a beast, and I love it. Button placement is not bad. It's a little, power button is a little high, but not bad overall. So, speakers pretty good. Could have been better in some areas, but overall, I still like the device. Battery life is good. 45 watt, super fast charging, wireless charging, reverse wireless charging. You're getting all the bells and whistles, just no headphone jack. But you still got expandable storage, and that was a good thing. But I still like this device to this day, the Galaxy S20 Ultra. All right, coming in at number 7, the OnePlus 8 Pro. Love this device still to this day. Nice biometrics. The face unlock is excellent. The fingerprint sensor can be a little funny, like I said earlier. When actually the fingerprint sensor on the 17 Pro is better, in my opinion. I have no issues with that. This one is just, I don't know, sometimes it just don't work. I don't know what it is. I done registered my finger multiple times, and it's still kind of finicky. But the face unlock is great. You got wireless charging, reverse wireless charging, 30 watt wired charging, excellent display. You got the graphics, motion graphics smoothing that makes watching media on here just off the hook. I love it. The speakers on here are great. The cameras are great. Performance is great. It's pretty. There's hardly anything I don't like about this device except no headphone jack, no expandable storage. But overall, everything else, I absolutely love this phone. Excellent battery life. I can still get a day and a half on here. I love this phone, especially the display, this fluid AMOLED display, Quad HD, 120 hertz refresh rate. Love it. Like the design. Even though the newer OnePlus is coming out with a way bigger camera module where it's round, I actually like that design because I actually like the OnePlus 11. I just didn't like that it didn't have no wireless charger. So if I'm not mistaken, I just went on Giztop and I saw that the OnePlus 12 was about to come out. And from what I read, it said it had wireless charging. So if it does, more than likely, I'm going to get that device eventually because it got 120 watt wired charging and wireless charging. I'm getting that device. And of course, the display is going to be awesome. Along with the other OnePlus, they know how to make devices. They always did. This was, to me, the best OnePlus device I ever had. The OnePlus 7, the OnePlus 17 Pro is great, but this is much better. Only thing that I like about the 7T better, like I said, it's a little wider and the fingerprint sensor is better. But other than that, this is better in every way. These are by far the best cameras I ever used on a OnePlus. By far. Okay? Performance is still buttery smooth. No issues with this phone to this day. The OnePlus 8 Pro, love it. Coming in at number 6, the Asus ROG G5. This is a beast of a device. 6,000 milliamp hour battery, 144 hertz refresh rate. Crazy. I must have turned it off. Okay. Or either the battery went dead on me. But anyway, this phone is awesome. You got a headphone jack down here. You got a 32-bit hi-fi quad DAC. You got 2 ways you can charge this device on the side and on the bottom. The speakers on here are the best I have on any device. All the devices I have, these have the best speakers with accompanied by 2 amplifiers. This is the fastest phone that I have. As far as just flat out speed, fastest. And the refresh rate, like I said, 144 hertz, awesome, and the best battery life out of all the phones that I have. The Asus ROG G5, this is a gaming phone, and this is the only gaming phone that I have. I do recommend this, even though it's still relatively expensive, but it's a beast of a phone. All right, now it's time to get into my top 5. Coming in at number 5. Now, I just made a change because I just did my top 5 maybe last week, and there's been a slight change with my top 5. And I have to say this because I kind of, got it wrong when I did my top 5. So, coming in at number 5 is the Google Pixel 6 Pro. Now, I've said this before, I said this many times, I'm not a big stock Android guy. I'm just not. I like phones with features. Like these all have a bunch of features and different things you can do with it, and I can customize those phones however I want. I'm just not big on stock Android. I'm just not. But I don't know what it is. It's just something about this phone that makes me want to use it. I don't even understand it. I'm not heavily into the Google software, the AI, none of that. The cameras are great. The build quality is great. The display is really good. Quad HD display. No face unlock on here, unfortunately. I don't know why Google left that out. But it has a beautiful display. It has really good speakers. Great performance. It just works. I don't know what it is about this device that forces me to use it. And I love the design of it. I really do. I love that black bar. Now, I don't see many people with this phone either, but I have seen a few, but very, very, very few. So, Google's not the most popular phone, at least around people I've seen, honestly. Now, you're going to see a bunch of Samsung users, mostly. No ROG, no OnePlus, and maybe some LG, the older LGs. But I just don't see a lot of people with Pixel phones. It's either Apple or Samsung for the most part. But it's something about this phone that makes me want to use it. I don't know what it is. The button placement I hate. I really hate it because the power button is above the volume rockers. I hate that it don't have no face unlock. I hate that, when you're using a Pixel launcher, it won't let you customize your phone the way you want. So I had to put Nova Launcher on here. But it's just something about this phone that makes me want to use it. I don't know what it is, but I actually love this phone, honestly. I really do. The Google Pixel 6 Pro. That's coming in number 5. Coming in at number 4, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. Now, I've only had this a couple weeks. I absolutely love this device, especially the wider outer display. It makes all the difference in the world, that from the Z Fold 3. It makes it more usable for me. The outer display on the Z Fold 2 for me, the Z Fold 2 was just unusable, just too narrow. But they definitely did a great job making it wider on this one. Definitely more usable, and I definitely use the outer display a lot more than I do the inner display. Now, I do use the inner display a lot when I'm home. Like if I'm in the kitchen cooking and I want to watch something, a video or something, then I'll open up to the big display. But if I just need to do something quick, I can do what I need to do on the outer display without having to open it up. And that's the key. Now, you want to open up the inner display when you want to, but you don't want to be forced to open it up all the time, especially if you're out and about. Say you're at you're at a supermarket, you're waiting in line, and you just want to, get on your phone and check some things out. You don't want to open it up like this. You just want to be able to, look, get on here. Say you want to go on Facebook, you want to go on here and you want to be able to see everything and not everything be super narrow, and just scroll through and check out whatever you need to check out. Or maybe you want to go on YouTube and check out some things on YouTube. or Instagram. You know, it just depends on you. You just want to be able to have it big enough where you could do it and see everything comfortably. So I love this device. The cameras are excellent. You got 120 hertz on the outside and the inside. The cameras are great. 4K at 60 frames per second on the outer camera, and the cameras back here. I don't know about the inner camera or not. I know the quality is not that great, but nice speakers, great build quality, all the Samsung bells and whistles. It's missing expandable storage, headphone jack, IR blaster would be nice. But other than that, it's a great device. I really, really enjoy it. I'm glad I upgraded from the Z Fold 2 to this. Definitely worth the upgrade. Coming in at number 3. Now, this is going to surprise some people. The Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. And you might, number 3? Yes, number 3. I do love this phone. Great cameras, great build, great design. Of course, your typical Samsung, you know, things like the fingerprint sensor and you're always on display and face unlock and wireless charging, reverse wireless charging, One UI, all the bells and whistles, all the Samsung stuff you could ask for. Everything is on here. But the battery life on here is not good. It's just not for me. I could barely get through a full day. And I'm talking about if I really want to use it the way I want to use it, I won't make it. So I love this device, but the battery life is not great. It's just not. But when it comes to the overall Samsung ecosystem and Samsung software, this is my most used Android device. This device never comes out of my pocket. My main SIM always stays in this phone. So I do love this phone, but it's not my top dog. Coming in at number 2, and we almost done. The Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra. Man, I remember when Flossie Carter first brought this phone on his channel. And when he read the specs and then I saw this phone, I said, I got to have this phone. Now, of course, I waited till the price dropped way down. Then I went out and got it. And this is a 512 gig variant. This phone is an absolute beast. Excellent biometrics. You got your always on display. Now, I didn't turn this on, so don't worry about it. You got 120 times on the camera. You got the secondary display back here. You got the IR blaster. The speakers on here are excellent. The battery life on here is excellent. 5,000 milliamp hour battery. 67 watt wired charging. 67 watt wireless charging. 10 watt reverse wireless charging. Excellent button placement. Excellent cameras. Excellent performance. I mean, when you plug in your headphones at the bottom, excellent audio. I'm telling you, this phone has everything except 2 things for me. Expandable storage, headphone jack. That's it. Everything else it has. And it has a lot of it. This is a more powerful device than that of the Samsung Note 20 Ultra. Like I said, the Samsung, OS is still my favorite. But this, I'll say number 2 far as the OS. I like MIUI. Okay, I think they changed the name of it, but still MIUI to me. But that's coming in at number 2. The Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra. Absolutely love this device. Coming in at number 1, my number 1 phone, Android phone of 2023 is the Vivo X Note. Yes, this is my favorite Android phone to use. Like I said, I still love my Note 20 Ultra, but I'm talking about to use. This is my favorite device to use. 7-inch Quad HD Plus AMOLED display, huge. Biggest display, biggest phone on this table. Look, the battery life, I can get 2 days with moderate to heavy usage. Great speakers. The cameras are phenomenal. Excellent performance. Silky, buttery smooth. I'm telling you, this is the smoothest phone that I have. When it comes to just performance, this is number 1 right here. And right after that, I would say the Mi 11 Ultra. And I would say my OnePlus OnePlus 8 Pro, and then, of course, Google. Now, I'm not saying Samsung is not smooth, but it's just not as smooth as these other devices I just mentioned. But the Vivo X Note is the phone for me because the battery life is excellent. The charging speeds are 80-watt wired charge. I could charge this phone in 30 minutes from 0 to 100. And a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, this thing is fully charged in 30 minutes. 50-watt wireless charging, 10-watt reverse wireless charging, IR blaster. Okay? Love this device. So many ways you could change animations with the charging, with the face unlock, with the just so many things you could change. I got to do a video on the settings on this bad boy. Excellent button placement. Look, this phone has it all. The presentation was the best presentation I've had on a phone in years. This is my favorite device to use, and I love watching media content on this device. It has it all. The build quality on here is excellent as well. I'm telling you, this has IP68 water and dust resistance. It has it all. This is the complete package. Couple things missing. No expandable storage, no headphone jack. I just wish it had those two things. This phone would be perfect. It would be perfect. But this is my favorite device to use in 2023. Like I said again, the Note 20 Ultra still never comes out of my pocket, but this is in my pocket. My second SIM is in this phone the most. So now, because I got the Z Fold 4, it's a battle between these two, the Vivo and the Z Fold 4. But just overall, when it comes to the overall device, I'm still going to go with the Vivo X Note. So number 1, the Vivo X Note. Number 2, Mi 11 Ultra. Number 3, Note 20 Ultra. Number 4, Z Fold 4. Number 5, Google Pixel 6 Pro. Number 6, the excuse me, the LG Wing. Number 8. No, I'm sorry. This is 5, 6. Number 7, the LG V60. Let me see. Why am I counting bad? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is 7. This is 7. This is 8. No, why am I, what is wrong with my counting here? All right, I got 5 here, and I got 5 here. Okay, this is number 6, the LG Wing. Number 7, LG V60. Number 8, Samsung S20 Ultra. Number 9, the OnePlus 8 Pro. Number 10, the ROG. Now, this is not the exact order. Actually, it's not. This is the exact order for the top 5. But if you go back this way, this is 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, that's correct. Sorry, y'all. I just got all flustered and confused for a second. So these are my top 5. These, are the other 5. But 7, 8, 9. Oh, Jesus. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. All right. I tried to get through this as quickly as I could, y'all. Thank you for your patience. Thank you all for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. Hope everybody out there is staying safe, staying well, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.